Hello, welcome to natemareflix. I am Nate, you are you, and guys, we are getting Don't Breathe 2 next year. We have a release date, August 13th, 2021. Don't Breathe 2 will be hitting theaters. Hopefully, we don't know how things are gonna shake out, but I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed that we're getting it. I just announced yesterday that Fede Alvarez's produced version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre will be coming out in 2021 as well. So if they just get the next Evil Dead film figured out, and I don't know what involvement Fede will have with that, guess what? The 2021 year of our Lord could also be the year of Fede Alvarez. Man, he is killing the game right now. I can't wait to see that Texas Chainsaw movie. If you want to know more about that, go ahead and check out my video from yesterday. I'll put a tag here for it. But this is what we know about Don't Breathe 2, a movie that I have been anticipating and impatiently awaiting for some time now. Basically what we know is that the blind man, played again by Stephen Lang, that's right, he came back, thank goodness. No confirmation yet that Jane Levy is in here, but more on that in a second. I have some thoughts on that. Basically, this is going to take place years after the events of the first film, years after the first home invasion, and now the blind man is yet again living in isolation. He's out in solitude, and yet he eventually takes in this girl who has been orphaned by a house fire. And of course that makes sense. Given the events of the first film, we know what this guy's motivations are. He's gonna take her in, but he's gonna have to face the sins of his past when a group of people come in, they snatch the girl up and they take her out, I guess forcibly, and he has to go then track them down and try to get the girl back. So already this is an interesting way to pivot and take this franchise, because it raises some questions like, is the blind man now an anti-hero? Are we supposed to root for him now? That's a lot to ask after the first film. All I gotta say is turkey baster. So if that's the direction we're going, I'll be really interested to see how they pull that off. But I have confidence that they could pull that off, that they could have a good redemption arc here, because they like to use these type of characters. All of Fede's movies have been like that. I mean, Jane Levy's character in Evil Dead is a drug addict. The brother, you know, he wasn't there for the mother's final moments. You have some real great characters. You look at Don't Breathe, the first one. What works so well is you weren't sure if you were on the protagonist's side at first, because they are breaking in to steal from an army veteran who was blind. Like, what kind of assholes do that? It doesn't matter their current living situation and their socioeconomics. It is never right to do that to somebody else. And so you're like, okay, I'm not really with them. And then you figure out more about the blind man. You're like, oh, he's a monster too. So what am I rooting here for? Ultimately, you swing to Jane Levy's favor, but now it's like, is Jane Levy going to be involved? Can I root for the blind man now that I know his full story? Why does he have this girl that was orphaned by the house fire? Is it that innocent, or did he prey upon her? Did he maybe set the house fire? Is this just his latest victim? Is this his latest replacement for his daughter? What is happening here? In which case, are the people that come and steal her, are they her relatives? Do they know that he's keeping her captive and kidnapping her? Or is it Jane Levy? Because Jane Levy had a younger sister. Maybe the blind man has found her and burned the house down and stolen the girl away, and now Jane Levy has brought some friends together to go hunt him down and lure him out. So now he's on the trail to try to get this girl back and seek revenge yet again against Jane Levy and co. I think that would be fantastic. And you'd have him kind of doing a reversal to where he is now invading their home instead of Jane Levy invading his home. I think that would be fantastic. I think it would really extend the story from the first one quite neatly, because I've been worried about that, because I kind of felt like it could be a one-off type of film. I didn't know that there was enough story there to continue, especially with him being a blind man. It kind of makes it a little bit, at least for me, a little bit of a logical leap to say that he'd be able to track her all over the place and stalk her. This makes more sense, because they kind of brought the fight to his front door, and I think that's a really good idea, and I have all trust in Fede Alvarez. This will not be directed by him. It is going to be produced and co-written by him, but that is okay. Don't lose faith, because Rodo Sayaguez is going to be directing and is also co-writing, and Rodo worked with Fede on the Evil Dead remake and on the first Don't Breathe, so he's been there all along for all this. He obviously is a confidant of Fede. He's been there for the creative process, and he knows how to make this vision come through, and I can't wait for it. So go ahead and put down your ideas about this plot in the comment section. I would love to go ahead and speculate with you guys. You've heard my ideas, and I think this could be a really cool twist and something different than what we typically get. I think this is a little bit deeper, a little bit more twisted of a plot, and I love these gray characters and murky areas within this Don't Breathe world. I think it's far more compelling and unique. But like I said, go ahead and comment your ideas and how you felt about the first Don't Breathe. Are you excited about Don't Breathe 2 and August 13th? 13th of 2021. Other than that, you have a fantastic day. I am Nate for natemareflix saying that's a wrap.